Good question, John. We're a real estate business, and Richard Jellis and I started the company back in December 1991. In the last couple of years we elected to change the way we did our business, going from an independent business where we had just a number of small owner-occupied agencies to a franchise model. We now have a fellow called Nick Dowling, who's our CEO, who's now running the organisation for us. And as I mentioned the other day, we just merged with Benison McKinnon and now have grown our business to 13 offices. Well, look, I think if you really want to grow your business, you ask the question, what do we actually do? Well, not only do we manage properties on behalf of wealthy individuals and investors, but we list and sell houses is the main revenue stream of our business, but the underlying value of the business is in the rent roll. So if you wanted to continue to grow, and the way we were going about it was just eating up too much of our capital. So you would have been pleased being in finance, of course, because I would have had to come and borrow a lot more money from you, but the reality was we were finding with the model that we had really was just eating up too much capital. By the time we had have the businesses up and running, and then we were selling down our equity to the joint venture partners, there really was nothing left on the table. So, and I think to grow the business and make it really worth something long term, the franchise model was better. I think the good thing was when we started our business, we really caught our opposition napping. It was in December '91, middle of a recession. A lot of my friends, family, colleagues, everybody said you must be crazy opening a business in the middle of a recession. But we saw it as a really good business opportunity because no one was at the time, with colour brochures, and no one had photos on signboards, and we did a lot of things that really caught our opposition napping, and I think that gave us tremendous momentum and opportunity. So to see the business grow and to we've been now market leaders in Boroondara for the last 8 years, and I think if you're winning grand finals year after year, it's really hard to stay at the top. So that's been a fantastic highlight for us, is just to be market leaders in that 8 years. It's given us an opportunity to leverage it, I suppose. It's been given us opportunity to be able to invest us and set ourselves up for life. First probably 6, 7, 8 years really were very, very hard, and didn't earn much money at all, but we're just now really enjoying some fruits of the labour. We've had obviously some tough times as well, but I think we've now grown the business and structured the business in a way that really is helping us continue to grow, and hopefully we'll finish up with 15 to 20 offices in the next 5, 6 years. Well, legislation, regulation, ways in which you do business. I mean, I'm finding it hard now at 52 years of age. We're seeing keeping up with the computer. It really is very, very hard today to be able to switch off, and you have to be able to be successful. One has to really look at ways in which you can take yourself out of the business and really get away from telephones and computers. Otherwise, you become an addict where you're just continually being at the beck and call of people. I remember being on a surf trip once, and there weren't any telephones other than a satellite phone, and Richard Jellis rang me and said we've just lost 40% of our business because our 4 major players decided to defect and go and open up their own business in competition to us. So yeah, that was an oh shit moment. How are we going to pay the rent and the wages? And so that's the trouble with real estate. You are very vulnerable with the people that you employ, and I always said, unfortunately in this business you train your own competitors, and that's I've had maintaining and keeping staff, even though our average person or salesperson has worked here now for about 14 years, which is good. We don't have a revolving door syndrome, but I think it's keeping the culture and investing back into your people that's been able to help keep that. But core of the culture, it's always been integrity, honesty, hard work, building a reputation that people can rely on and feel comfortable that they're not just dealing with a typical estate agent. I think agents don't necessarily have a great name. I think to survive and be market leaders in Burundar, a very competitive market, you have to be good and you have to be straight and you have to have a good following and build a good database. Yeah, every Saturday I still get out there and auction. People say to me, do you still like auctioning? I've always said auctioning is a real skill, and I'm very fortunate that I think one of the keys to our success is that I've always tried to employ people who are a lot better than I am, and I think the young people now, they love getting out there, they're on show, whereas my skill's probably more sitting in the back room helping negotiate and closing a sale if it needs a little bit of finessing. To be successful, one has to be committed and dedicated and really live real estate. And indeed, when you're on holidays, the point I was going to make is that one still find yourself picking up the papers, reading auction results, checking out your opposition's advertisements. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. It depends if you've some business that you thought you were going to get. Saturday is the day that the till rings, and you have to be on your toes, and we make it very clear that we don't like people going out having a big night on Friday. It's a big day Saturday, and you're on show. You're representing your owners, and you have to put on the best performance you can. Perfect world, people are loyal, but I've always said you build loyalty by making sure that you service those people, your clients. And I've always said, I think to maintain good client loyalty, one needs to spend probably have about 6 points of contact in a year so that they remember you, and that's the key. You want people out there when they're at dinner parties and out talking to their friends that Alastair Craig is the agent of choice. He's my agent, and it's nice if they can remember your name off the top of your head, and that's what we try and breed in here. The access through the websites, the Mel James website, there's a number of different websites that people can go into that will help educate them. And so, I've always said real estate is an industry that everybody has an interest in. If you own a house, of course you want to know. Most people roughly know what their own house is worth because they come to open for inspections, they come to our auctions, and that's why an auction is very, very important that we do put a good performance on, because that's how you'll be remembered. Well, a number of things. It's everything from the top down, making sure that you do offer good leadership, good support, good culture in the organisation, having fun, and at the end of the day, they want to be well rewarded. Not sure if that's in the right order, but at the end of the day, if you're looking after your people, then there's less likely a chance that they're going to go to your opposition. But I have people trying to poach my staff all the time. Recruiting and retention of staff, probably the two hardest elements in the real estate business today, because everybody's trying to pinch the good people. Build a culture of younger people in here who are going to carry the business, hopefully good name of the business through for many years to come. Real estate is the people business, so I can have all the technology in the world, but you invite me into your living room, and if I can't sell myself and you like me, or you either like me or you don't like me, I have faith in this guy. I know he's good at what he does, and he's going to get the job done. And so look, the people. Real estate is a people industry, and if you're not interested in people, then I say to people who are looking to get into the industry, don't get into it, because you will go crazy. Well, our goal is to be the best boutique size franchise organisation in Melbourne. We don't want to be the biggest. We think, as I said, 15, 20 offices with a turnover somewhere in the order of 50 million, I think would be a nice sized business to be able to maintain, and making sure that we maintain exceptionally high standards, the best people we can employ, maintaining, having lots of fun, and doing lots of things that are innovative and that are going to keep attracting new clients to the business, and the old clients also coming back. Firstly, I think Victoria has a just ridiculously high stamp duty rate. You know, I know they're now helping, you know, with the first home buyers grants and what have you, but I think, you know, there's a couple of taxes in this country that just most people would say just absolute bullshit taxes, and that is stamp duty is one that is just far too high. Capital gains tax and land tax, I just think are, you know, way too high, and you know, I just think it's just a complete wealth tax that our present government relies on heavily, and I just think that would certainly assist the property market greatly if the taxes weren't so high and made it more affordable for younger people to be able to get a handle on some real estate as opposed to renting.